Okay, uh-oh. Here I go, here I go, here I go. We got Greensboro, North Carolina in the building. We got my man Will, Atlanta, Georgia in the building. We got my brother, Reverend Tim Duncan from Texarkana, Arkansas. Yeah. And he said, shout out to all y'all ladies with y'all pretty selves. Is that how we do it, Reverend Tim? Hey man, Reverend Tim, y'all go follow Reverend Tim on TikTok. Man, he be tripping me out. Man, bro, it's off the chain. There go the Queen. Candidate getting all the money, so can't nobody get no money with her hustling self. There go the hustler of the year. I am so proud of you, Candidate. I'm telling you, I need to take you out to dinner. I'm going to take you out to dinner. We got New Orleans, Louisiana in the house. We got Fresno in the house. Yeah, Candidate, you're doing it big. You know, I'm watching your whole story. I know all what you've been going through. How's the boys? Tell them Pharaoh said, hey, boys. Well, they men. They men. I know they your boys, but you got men now, don't you? San Francisco is in the building. New Orleans is in the building. Chicago's in the building, even though she ain't repping. Y'all rep y'all city. Yeah, Candake, I seen the new whip. I want to be on the passenger side. Yeah, they big now. Oh, girl, you did a great job. Mother's Day coming up. You definitely deserve the Mother Day. You have been a mother. Do they just don't know, do they? Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Dallas, Texas is in the house. Am I going to be over here all night? Maybe. A lot of my conversations come from me being on the phone with different people, and then we have discussions, and then it creates a conversation. Vernon, Texas is in the building. Shout out to Texas. They got all them big old tall women. Yeah, shout out to Texas. Shout out to Texas. With all them mayors. I don't know why they call her Megan the Stallion. She Megan the Mayor. She's Megan the Mayor. Why they calling her a stallion? Yeah, they find the beautiful and much gorgeous Roxanne Brock is here, Detroit. Ooh, cutie pie. Looking gooder than a mug for your cute self. All you brothers down there, if these is your women, I ain't trying to talk to them. I'm just letting them know they look good, okay? Y'all know you brothers stop messing with other brothers' women. Get your own woman, okay? When you're on social media and you see these women, don't come on to these women because you don't know if they got a man or not, okay? I'm telling you. I don't know why y'all brothers ain't got no babies. Okay? Y'all gotta have some babies. Y'all gotta have some babies. Brothers, you gotta take care of your children when you have some babies. Y'all, some of y'all having babies, you ain't taking care of the children. Now she don't want to have my baby because she don't think I'm gonna take care of mine. Y'all messing up the game. Take care of the babies so the women have some babies. Okay? Don't get with her. She kind of doing all right. You get her pregnant, leave her with all these bills and responsibilities with this baby, and you done dipped off. Now the baby need braces. You ain't there to help her get the braces. You ain't there to help get the clothes. Your baby want an Xbox. Your baby want a PlayStation. He's 7. He's 10. You can't help mama get him nothing. What's that all about? Brothers, what y'all on? Why y'all ain't having no babies to help these ladies with these babies? I don't mind helping ladies with babies. I don't mind meeting a woman with 2 babies and she get pregnant by me and me help her with all 3 of them. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. Let me tell you brothers something about helping ladies with babies. This is what it's like when you get with a woman that she got 2 children and she had one by you. Now she got 3 children. Is you, the other kid's daddy ain't doing nothing, but you gonna help out because that's your boo-boo. This is how this works, brothers. Listen to me. It works like piranhas. If I got 2 piranhas in a tank, they only get so big. They get a certain size that they both could be in that tank. If I take them 2 piranhas and put them in a big tank, they'll get bigger. That's how money works. If you're getting certain money and you get with a woman, she got 2 children already, get pregnant by you, your baby, it's like you in a bigger tank. You gonna get more money. Yes. Because of that life, it's gonna draw you to more money. You gotta be a straight bum to not get more money. You're gonna get more money. Period. And children ain't that expensive. It ain't a whole lot but different between 1 child and 2 child. Some women think that, but no. No, it ain't no whole lot of money between 1 child and 2 child. It ain't a whole lot of money. If I get with a woman, she get pregnant, she have my son. My son 1.5, she get pregnant again, have my daughter. All right, so she had my daughter. So by the time she had my daughter, my son like 2.5, the baby born, right? Let me show you something. If you got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, it ain't gonna cost you shit. They don't eat nothing hardly. And it ain't no big difference in feeding a 1-year-old and a 1 and a 3-year-old. They don't eat nothing. You ain't gonna come into no serious money that even begin to affect you until they get 8, 9 years old. Between the time the oldest one and 3 and he get 9, if you ain't getting no more money, something wrong with you anyway. You're supposed to be getting more money by then. I hate when people be talking about children is expensive. Children is not expensive. The expenses grow. Children is dirt cheap when they first born. and then it go up. Now, in your life, your money's supposed to be going up anyway. Your money's supposed to be going up anyway. So if you're trying to retire at 60-something, 65, 70, 65, you 20, you get with your queen, you have some babies. That's going to cost you some money till they get about 20. So by the time they get 20, you're going to be in your 40s. And they're going to be out getting money. You telling me you can't get no money from 40 to 60? You can't stack no bread? So you can't stack no bread. Yeah, you're supposed to be having babies in your 20s. You're supposed to be having babies in your 20s. The earlier you have the babies, the earlier they grow up. Why not have them in your 20s and be done by your 40s instead of having them in your 30s and still be dealing with them in your 50s? You're trying to get them up and out of there. The earlier you start, the more money you make. If you have them later, it's a bigger crunch on your money than if you have them earlier. I don't know what nobody telling y'all. Do the math. If you're making money from 20 to 65, when you want to have the clear period? You want to have the clear period before you have them? Nah, you want to, you know what I'm saying? Right? Think about it. You want to have them little bitty baby expenses in your 20s. By the time they start to cost something, you in your 30s. By the time you get to your 40s, they gone. Now you got 25 years to do you. Because you got to look at it like this. They cheap at first. They not going to cost you no serious money till you get around 8, 9, 10. They ain't going to cost you nothing. These people that be talking about babies they can't afford it, they liars. Okay? They liars. They liars. Babies don't cost nothing. Yeah, it's hard on the woman's body, but babies don't cost nothing. Candace didn't spend no money on them boys when they were little bitty. She spent all her money when they get in the 8th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. That's when little babies don't cost nothing. I can't believe people be acting like little babies cost money. Little babies don't cost nothing. That's why we love little babies, because they cheap. You know what I'm saying? Where the real little baby. Yeah, go study, Queen, and get all good grades. We don't want you watching this. We want you to get out of school, okay? Go study, study, study. Yeah, go, Queen, go, Jay, Queen J, Queen J. Go, 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 go study. Get all good grades, okay? And get out of school and then find a decent man and have some babies. What you going to be making all that money for if you ain't got no babies? Okay? Just like you was a baby, and now look at all the blessings you could bring your family. Okay? What the hell is decent child care? I don't know what decent child care is. We don't do no child care. Somebody do the day shift, somebody do the night shift. We don't do child care. They ain't gonna teach childcare, child smear. That's some new stuff. El-Aton, that's new. That's new. Child care, that's new. I don't know nothing about child care. I ain't never had no child care, so I don't know what y'all talking about. My mom and daddy didn't have no child care, and I didn't have no child care. That's some new nonsense. Try to take your money. What the hell is child care? I'm trying to tell them, candidate. What the hell is child care? Who gonna care for your child like you? That's why so many kids get messed up at daycare and child care and stuff happening to them. Y'all been listening to these Europeans made up all this new hocus pocus, all that hocus pocus stuff. Now, I'll be honest, my children went to child care. It was called school. Okay. That was child care. Okay. They went to school and they go to school in kindergarten. So you can raise them until they get old enough to go to kindergarten, and then they got to go to school. So what do you need with child care? They're at school. They're at school. I'm confused. They're at school. What do you mean child care? Okay, let's think about that. It's me and my wife. We got a baby. Got a couple of children. We work a type of thing where we need somebody to take care of the children. Well, my wife goes get her papers, and voila, my wife got a child care. So my wife doing child care. My wife could call, you got a child, all the people live around. Hey, drop the baby off over here. I'll keep him for you. Pay me so much a week and pick him up when you get home from work. So now my wife ain't got to go to work. She clocking a little dollars. We make it affordable. Okay. Now you work from home if you want to. So you can work from home now. You can get a job working from home with insurance companies, everything, and the baby right there. And you just, yeah, this is so and so, man, I help you. So all that's just make believe excuses. My mother had to go to work early in the morning. My daddy drove CTA bus. He stayed home until we got to school. Sometime he would go to work and work a split, or he would not go to work until after we came home from lunch and leave. Then he would go to work. Then we would come home, and then my mama would come home. We didn't need no child care. My children, my last relationship, they didn't need no child care. Their mother was a nurse. She just worked at night, and I watched them in the day. So all that's just excuses. That's just the young generation is just lazy and make up excuses. Lazy. They make up all kind of excuses to not take no responsibility. Don't want to have no children. Want to be some big old kids. That's all. Try and do what Europeans told you. None of my children went to preschool. What the hell is preschool? What the hell is preschool? So y'all let these Europeans come up with all this stuff. For years, we had kindergarten, and you don't go to school till kindergarten. What the hell is preschool? There's no such thing as preschool. You're either learning something or you're not. And whatever you learn at preschool, you could have learned that in kindergarten. So what you learn in that preschool? Nothing. What the hell is a 4-year-old going to learn? Nothing. You let the system pimp you out your money and create daycare and preschool and make you pay for that so they could take your money. Then they want to take your money. You believe in the system. So now you don't want to have no babies because the system then told you got to pay all this money for a little ass baby. Which is ridiculous. Crazy. With all these shifts out here, you can work at these jobs. Look, nonsense. I ain't having no more children. I become a millionaire. Then when he become a millionaire, he can't have no children. Crazy stuff. He put money over children. He believed money is more important than children. He glowed up, put money over their children, over his children. Not knowing that if he have a son, that's his reincarnation that came back into the world. So he's saying he don't want to reincarnate until he get $1 million. And we're going to get into that. We're gonna get into the science about being fruitful and multiply. Because he's going to put money before family, before having beautiful children. There's no money that no parent would ever sell their child for any decent parent. You couldn't give me $1 billion for one of my children. I wouldn't take it. I would not sell my children for $1 trillion. You could not buy my child. Period. I'd rather be poor with my children than rich without them. Any day. Any day. Any day. Because money is nothing but an illusion. That's all money is. It's an illusion. If you're a loser and you're boring and you don't know how to enjoy life, $1 million ain't going to do nothing for you. You're still going to be a boring loser. And you're going to be out here chasing it, looking for something that God already gave you life. But you're looking for something you could buy with money. And you cannot buy happiness and enjoyment with money. I'm going to keep it real. Money ain't nothing. If you got $5,000 or $10,000 saved up or $1 million saved up, it don't really matter. That's all illusions. That's all illusions. The only value is family and your health. That's it. There's no value other than your health and your family. That's the fortune. Money is trash. Money is a form of slavery. To have you chasing the dollar, and you chasing the dollar, that every dollar you chasing is to make somebody more money. So if you make $1 million, you just help somebody make $1 billion. Money is trash. I know so many people out here got money, ain't got no children, and really think they doing something because they got some money. Ain't got no offspring. You know, my daddy's older brother, my Uncle Richard, him and his wife, he was like the first principal in Alabama. So when they got married, They wanted to get everything perfect before they have a child. So they got married. He was a principal. They got a nice house. They got a lot of money put away. And then they went to try to have some children. And guess what? She was sterile. He couldn't have no babies. He waited all that time to build all that Babylon bullshit and then couldn't have no children. And once he got a certain age and he couldn't have no children, he was also a minister at the church. He started sleeping with a young girl at the church and got her pregnant because he wanted a baby. And he ended up cheating on his wife and making a fool out of himself at the church and disgracing himself and sinning like a sinner according to the church, and got a young girl pregnant because he wanted a baby. Because if you don't want no baby now, just wait. Just wait till you look up and you see your money and you see your house and you see your cars and you realize you're going to die, and it's all junk because you ain't got nobody to pass it down to. You did all that work for nothing because you got no family. Because you put money over human life. Nah. Ain't nothing more valuable than children. And children have to come naturally, and love got to come naturally. You can't be like, I'm going to get this type of man, and I'm going to get this type of woman. No, you got to get who you love. You can't just go and see somebody say, oh, I like this type of man. I'm going to fall in love with him. Love don't work like that. That relationship going to flop. Ain't how love don't work like that. That's going to flop. It's going to go nowhere. So you become unrighteous in your quest to get money. That's not righteousness. And what we want to do, we want to get our money and we want to stay righteous. We don't want to sell our soul for no money. See, you got righteous hustlers. And we want our money. We want money like everybody else, but we got rules and regulations. And it's just certain things I'm not finna do for $1. Period. The money always comes second with me. The money don't never come first, ever. Money, shmoney. Money don't never come first to me. I want to get my money without caring about it. I don't want to worship money and chase money. Because now you're selling your soul. A woman, he said, you know, a woman got 6 kids. And no, man, that's all right. Out of them 6 kids, 3 of them might be millionaires. No kids, there's no opportunity to have millionaires. 6 kids, there's opportunity to have millionaires. Those 6 kids are very valuable, just like that. Just like that. She's sitting on money. You understand? Those 6 children are valuable in many ways, unless we're going to judge how they're going to turn out to be. Now, if she has 6 children and one of them turned out to be a doctor, was it bad she had them? No. This is what I'm trying to teach y'all. In your eyes, she might be negative, but in the eyes of God, she's a blessing because she was what? She was fruitful. And this planet was set up for you to always have children. You ain't got no people, you ain't got no children. What is the most valuable thing on the planet? People. So how could her having 6 people be a bad thing? That's a beautiful thing that she had 6 children. That's a beautiful thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because now these children can go out there and make what they're going to do in the world. Let me tell you a story. One day I was watching a special when they had all these famines in Ethiopia. And I was watching a story and it showed a sister during the famine. She had a baby, and the baby was like 2 months old. So that means she had got pregnant 11 months before. Now, there had been a drought for 2 years, right? So that means she didn't hardly have no food for 11 months, but she still got pregnant. Now, how did she get pregnant and have a baby in the middle of a drought? You know why? Because when the power that be put this plan together, it made sure that no matter what you would breed, whether you was married, whether you were starving, no matter what, it was designed to make sure there's always people on the planet. So that's why the urge for sex is so strong. It has nothing to do with sex. It has everything to do with the survival of the human species. So no matter what y'all say, these babies gonna be here by hook or by crook, and that's the only way you're gonna stay on this planet. You do it the other way, you're extinct. Let's take the opposite. No babies. Nobody's in the chat right now. There is no chat. There is no YouTube. There's nothing. There's nothing without babies. There's nothing without babies. The fruit you eat used to be baby fruit, and then it grew to be grown fruit. The bees that deal with the pollen used to be babies. They was breeded. If you don't got baby bees, you don't got no food. If you ain't got baby trees, you ain't got no trees. If you ain't got babies, everything, you got no planet. You ain't got nothing if you ain't got babies. So when you start talking about not having no babies when you was a baby, you sound crazy. Because you was a baby. You sound crazy. There's nothing more important than babies on this whole planet. No babies, no planet. There's no life form. There's no life. Now, if you want to be under Lucifer, you're like, well, I can't have no babies until I have my house and then until I have my car, and I got to go play with Lucifer, and I got to get all this stuff from Satan first, and then when Satan gives me his material things and I chase these material devilish things, then I can have some baby, because that's what you say. Because all that junk you want, that's all Lucifer. Ain't none of that shit God. Your car not God, your house not God, your money's not God. That's why your money say, in God we trust, because your money ain't God. Because if your money was God, it would say, in money we trust. So this whole idea that you let some people come in the planet and materialize the planet and force you to live in homes and force you to pay them for stuff that was already here free. Trees was already here. Who told them to cut them down and build you a house? Who told them to go say, this my land and I'm going to sell it to you? I thought this was just land. This land was here for everybody to just live on. But y'all done bought into the fact that one man can go and carve out some land and say it's his, and then build some houses and charge you to live on the house on God's land. That's not his land. That ain't going to never be your land. You're selling something that you didn't make. How you going to sell me land? You made it. You can make you can make something and sell it to me. You can make a car and sell it to me. You can make a toy and sell it to me. But you don't make no land. So how you gonna sell me land? Show me your proof that you made it. Who made the land? How you own the land? Who made it? Like Apple made the phone, but who made the land? And Apple rapes the earth, rapes the land to make the phone. Without the land, Apple can't make no phone. Without the land, you can't make no car. You can't build no house. You can't do nothing, but you don't own the land. But you go to Africa and dig up everything, so cobalt, so you can make a Tesla. But the cobalt ain't yours. The iron's not yours. The diamond's not yours. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It's not yours. So you want me to go and chase something and get something from somebody that's not theirs before I have a baby? Because when I have a baby, that's mine. And that's the only thing you own is you and your children. If you ain't got no children, you don't own nothing. You own nothing. The only thing you can say that's yours is your children. That's it. That house ain't yours, that car, none of that stuff is yours. And when a storm comes, you ain't going to try to save no house or no car. You're going to save your children. You're going to save your wife. You're going to save your husband. You're going to save people. You ain't going to save that junk. You ain't going to save that junk. You're going to try to save lives. You ain't going to try to save your ugly car that you think is all that. You're going to try to save yourself. And you're not going to get in that car when you know the storm coming and going to hit that car. You're going to go in the basement until the tornado passes, and you're going to leave that car outside and hope it's there when the tornado passes. I ain't seen nobody take their car in the basement to a safe spot during a tornado. But if you say so. What do you want all this material junk for? To look like you're doing better than your fellow human being. That's it. That's it. That's the only reason you want that junk. That's the only reason you want money. You don't want money for you. You want money for other people, to show other people. That's why you got to have on the designer clothes. That's why you got to have a certain type of car. That's why you want your house a certain way. It's not for you. You're doing that for everybody else. That's why a lot of people, you got the nice car, you got the designer, you got the home, you got designer clothes, you got all that jewelry, and you're overweight, you're diabetic. Because you love that junk, but your body's shot. You don't even take care of your body. Most people don't take care of their body. They try to take care of everything but their body. But when you got children, you try to take care of your children's body. You try to make sure your children healthy. You trying to make sure you healthy because you got to be alive here to raise these children. Material stuff is trash. Material stuff is trash. Period. If there's a Rolls Royce and there's a little raggedy Honda, and I got to go to the store, I got no problem getting in the raggedy Honda and going to the store because I just need to go to the store. I don't give a damn how I get there and get back. And once I get out this car just sitting outside. This car don't mean nothing. It's outside. So I'm not interested in getting in a Rolls Royce like, yeah, I got a Rolls Royce. Nah. I don't care nothing about no car, nothing. I don't care about no car. I don't care about no clothes. I don't care about that stuff. All that stuff to me is trash. And the thing about it, if you got stuff and you got this much stuff, the average person got this much stuff. So you get this much stuff. And a lady like you, and she crazy about you because you got this much stuff. But one day she sees somebody with this much stuff and she gone. She gone. Because she's a stuff chaser. You know what I'm saying? She chasing stuff. And so you got more stuff than me. So she like you. And then dude come with more stuff than you. And she cheat on you and she dump you for the more stuff. And you're going to lose anyway. Because she don't love you. It's just a whole fake relationship. I hope y'all learning over here. Because listen, when you get up, you might have things. But I'm going to ask you something. Do you have anything if you die? I'm going to ask you something else. Do you have anything if you're real sick? If you're real sick and bedridden, is your car worth anything? Is your house worth anything? Is your jewelry worth anything if the doctor tell you you got 3 months to live? What is your junk worth? Because that's all it is junk. You ever been in a real nice house? You ever bought a real nice house and been in it? It's just junk. It's no better than a regular house. At first, it kind of feel like that. You walking around, yeah, I got a nice house. But after about a year or so, you be like, you just in a house. Nobody cares that it's a $500,000 house. Nobody cares. $200,000 house, you got a roof over your head. $1 million house, you got a roof over your head. Doesn't mean anything. Means nothing. You ever get that car? And you get that car and you got that new car. And boy, that first year and a half, man, you don't want no dust on it. You look at it when you come outside. You know what I'm saying? 2 years later, it's just a car. 2 years later, you got stuff all you got stuff all in between there. You got a cup where you drank something yesterday. You ain't even doing all that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just a car now. So sometimes you want to get that feeling again. So you go get another new car and you get that feeling. And it's like when it's new, and it get dust on it, it irritates you because it's new. It can't be dusty. I can't do no dust. So you go into the car wash an extremely crazy amount of times and you wash it. I know, you could tell I've been there. So you wash it and crazy amount of times. Anybody got a new car, would you tell them how much you wash it? Especially if you get a black one. It just don't look right dusty. It's a brand new car. I got to get this dust off of here. And the car owns you. Because the junk owns you. You don't own the car. You don't own the jewelry. You don't own the clothes. They own you. Oh my God, it's horrible, ain't it, Candace? I mean, you're excited, but after a while you go, wait a minute. All that stuff on you, and you realize this car on me. The car on me, this jewelry on me. This money on me. Oh, you hustle, you get smart, you working hard. Oh, okay, I got to put my money in the bank. Okay, I got to put this up. Oh, I got to put my jewelry here. Oh, I got to get some security on my house. People break in and steal my things. And then your whole life is my things, man. A garage, my things. My things, I gotta protect my things. And the things on you. You be running around taking care of the things. The house, you mopping all day. You cleaning all day. The house got to stay. Don't let nothing lay down nowhere. Everything got to be in the right place. You don't even enjoy the house. I don't want no house where I can't take my jacket off and fling it wherever on the fucking couch. And it can stay there till I feel like hanging it up. I don't want to hang it up. I don't want to hang everything up. I don't want to straighten out. Man, I'm trying to live. I ain't trying to straighten this shit out. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You in a house, and the house on you. Nothing can be moved. And you come in and you look how you got everything straightened out. And you be looking at it. You know, my mother passed away with all that straightened out shit. My father gave me game. My father told my mother, Bessie, take this plastic off this couch. I want to sit on the couch. My daddy said, before I die, I want this couch to be tore up. I do not want this couch to outlast me. My daddy used to tell me, boy, I do not want this car to outlast me. I don't want none of this stuff to outlast me. I am not finna be babying this car. I'm finna drive this car until it tear up, then I get another one. I'm finna sit on the couch until it's tore up and then get another one. But I'm not finna save none of this junk. I don't want none of this stuff to outlast me. We used to go outside and there was a neighbor, every time he was wiping on his car, my dad said, look at him, wiping on that car. And my daddy bought Cadillacs all the time. But my daddy didn't wipe on his cars. He take it to the car wash once a week, if that. My daddy never washed his car. He went and got it washed, but he was not wiping on them Cadillacs. My daddy used to show me men, look at him. He get up early in the morning, wiping on that car. Wiping on that car. He ain't even living no life. His whole life is wiping on that damn car. My daddy used to have these Cadillacs. He worked for the CTA. So he showed his badge. He ride the bus for free. So he had these big Cadillacs. So my mama drove them all the time. So one day my daddy's walking to the bus stop and one of the neighbors said, I can't believe, one of the men said, I can't believe you walking to work, Randolph, while your wife driving that big car. And my daddy say, I can't believe you driving that big car while your wife walking to work. He gonna tell my dad he can't believe that my mama driving the car while he walking to work. Bro, he get to work for free. Why would he take his car down there and park it down there and leave us at home and we at home? Why would he do that? Why would he buy another car so one car could sit at CTA all day and the other car at home? Why would he buy two cars? What do you need two cars for? When his car gonna be sitting for 8 hours at the bus depot while he's on the bus. So he get a free ride there, and at night when it's dark, me and my mama take the car, we go pick him up from work. Why would he buy a car to sit at work all day? You work 8 hours, you sleep 8 hours, that's 16 hours. There's 8 hours left. So you buy a car for like 8 hours that you're only going to use probably 2 of those hours. So you're buying the car for what? You're buying the car sitting there, you sleep all night. The car sitting there, you at work. The car sit there 16 hours a day. You done paid all this money for this car, and this car just sitting there. And you worshiping the car. You're supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Now, let me tell you something about children. This conversation comes because I got a friend. It's a female. And her mother passed away when she was a little girl. So her mother passed away when she was like a young teenager. And she got 2 sisters. So it's 3 girls and it's 2 boys. So we was talking, and she was talking about her mother passing away. And I had to tell her, I'm like, well, you do know you and your sisters are your mother, right? She said, what? You are your mother. So why is you mourning your mother when you are your mother? You are your mother. Who do you think you are? So she said, what? She said, well, I do got their DNA. No, I didn't say you had a DNA. You are your mother. So I said, it's you and your two sisters, three of y'all. How many girls they got? She's like, well, I don't got two. So I said, your mother's here 5 times already. Your mother's here 5 times. If you're a man and you got a son, go, that's you, you know. You do know that's you. If you're raising some boys, you raising their daddy that have been reincarnated in them boys. The girls is the mama and the boys is the daddy. Let me show you a picture. We're going to get deep, okay? That's why brothers and sisters need to listen and learn. I'm going to give you some knowledge, okay? It don't get no realer than this. Now, let me show you something. This is a picture of me, my father, my mother, and my sister. What my sister don't really know is that them two in the front is the same 2 people in the back. You're looking at my daddy, and you're looking at his incarnate, and you're looking at my mother, and you're looking at her incarnate. They both passed away, but they both still here, because me and my sister is them. Me and my sister are my mother and my father. I'm my father, and she's my mother. When my father got ready to reincarnate, he liked my mother, and he said, I want to come back, right? My father was like, I want to come back. I like this woman's personality, and when I come back, I want to have a little bit of her personality. So my father has sex with my mother, have me first, and I am my new improved father. I'm my father with a little bit of what he liked about my mother. Then they had sex later, right? And had my sister. And my mother, the reason she was my father, because she liked some attributes about my father. So my mother was reincarnated with some attributes from my father. So you're looking at the mix where my daddy came back with some of my mother and my mother came back with some of my father. Not only that, you come back based on how they were when they conceived you. So if my daddy had 3 sons, the youngest son would be him when he was younger. The next son would be the incarnate of my father with an older mentality. And the oldest son, you see what I'm saying? So no, the oldest son would be my daddy with a younger mentality. The middle son would be my daddy with a little bit more older mentality. And the youngest son would be my daddy with an older mentality. So there would be 3 different versions, and their personality would be whatever, and my mother, because he's having it with my mother. So if my mother and father have a boy at 20, he gonna be a mixture of them on how they was at 20. If they have another boy at 27, both of them, then that boy gonna be like they was at 27. If they have another one at 35, that boy gonna be they reincarnated on how they was at 35. So this why if there's three versions of my daddy, they're gonna be three different versions because they're gonna be reincarnated at a different period in my daddy's life. So I got three sons. My oldest son is me and his mother when I'm younger. His brother is me and his mom as we both is a couple years older. My third son is by another woman, and he's me and that mom, and we're both even older than the other ones. So all three sons are me and reincarnated, but they're at different stages. Two is by one woman, so they got that mix, and the other one with this woman, and he got that mix. So when it says, be fruitful and multiply, right? When it say be fruitful and multiply, multiply don't mean have 7 different people. Multiply means to take one and turn one into more. It doesn't mean make. If you have 3 sons and multiply, it doesn't mean make 3 different sons. Multiply mean make 3 of your same self. Multiply yourself. Like an apple tree don't have oranges. An apple tree multiplies apples. And all the apples on the tree be the same. It might be some variations in size, but when you look at an apple tree, all them apples are the exact same type of apple. There won't be a red apple and a green apple and a different kind of apple. It'll be whatever kind of apple multiplied. Like, okay? So you got to understand when you look at cloning, the Most High been cloning. We be cloning. Look, it's going to get deep. Listen, when you have a baby, you are cloning. But it's just the high level from the creator cloning. It ain't the Babylon machine cloning. This is the highest level of cloning. It's having babies. We clones. And that's why you can't be eliminated, because when it go all the way back, it go back to the only 2. So we all go back to 2 people. But we clones. So if you're a man, you your father, your grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, your great-great-great-great-grandfather, and all the boys that they came through that is all that great-great-great-grandfather. So my daddy had all them brothers, and all them brothers is my granddaddy. And all the boys that I'm having is my granddaddy. All them boys go back to my granddaddy. And then all my granddaddy's sons go back to that granddaddy. Y'all peeping the science? That's what multiply means. When it says be fruitful and multiply. So this is my father and his family. My father's the one at the top in the middle. He's the youngest of 13. 3 are not here in this picture. So there's 3 more boys. All of these men are my granddaddy on my father's side. All of them. All of those men are my granddaddy. And I'm my granddaddy. And all their sons is my granddaddy. The only difference is we all come back with different women's personality because we've improved ourselves. And that's what make us different. What makes us different is the age they were when they cloned themselves and who they decided to clone themselves with. That's the only thing makes the difference. So my friend, I know she was extremely happy when I told her, you know, your mother's not dead. You know, your mother's not dead. You are your mother. You are your mother. All of the men in this picture, plus the other three, is this man right here. This is their daddy. And all of them is him at a different part of his life. From my oldest, Uncle Richard, with the light suit on the bottom, to all of them, Stanley, Sidney, Oscar, all of them, is him. He was fruitful and multiplied. Turned one of him into 10, because 3 boys is not there. Okay? What age was I? Let me see, I got on my tailor-made suit. I was in high school. Looked like I was probably, matter of fact, I might have been out of high school. I might have been a 1 year out of high school. Because my sister looked like she was already in college. She don't look like she was in high school. She looked older. My sister looked like I don't think she was still in school. She looked like she was almost grown. So I was probably like 19, 20. Like probably before I started growing my dreadlocks, but maybe younger. Yeah, my mustache. Yeah, anywhere between junior year and 1 year out of high school, somewhere there. My sister probably was at college. We looked like my father, but my father ate meat and stuff, so he got that look later. That come from the animal product. Because you can look at my father, the middle one and the top. See how skinny his face is there? The one in the center. So a lot of that, but when my daddy got older, his face got right back slim again. You understand? So look at my daddy's face. See, my daddy's face is not round. He's in the middle, in the center. So that round, that's meat. You understand? Because my daddy, as a young man, he didn't look like that. You feel me? That's why that meat ain't no good. That meat's no good. You know what I'm saying? So that's why his face is like that. But his face is naturally skinnier than that. So you don't never, because I asked my friend, I said, if you believe in Judgment Day, do you believe that everybody lived on this earth is somewhere waiting on Judgment Day? The only way it could be a Judgment Day, it'd have to be the judgment of the people that's alive at the time, which means everybody that was here is still here. She said, I never thought about that. I said, because she was like, do people die and go to heaven? I said, what kind of heaven could hold all the people that died since the earth been here? You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. You never leave here until that Judgment Day. You are here and you're not going to leave. And as long as your DNA is around here, You're going to reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate. You're not leaving here. That's all make-believe. You're not leaving here. You're not leaving here. That's all make-believe. You understand? I look like my mother sometimes I look like my daddy. It changes up. You understand? See my daddy there? So it changes up. So depending on when you take the picture, I look like my mother. I'll age some. I'll look like my father. It all depends on when you take the picture. You understand? At that picture, I look like my mother, but only because my father had got more swollen. You understand? But when my father got older, I looked just like him. I don't look much like her now. I look like him now. But when I was young, I looked like her. That's why I told you they make a mixture. They make a mixture. And you change even the way you look because they changed the way he looked. Because when my father got older, of course, his face went back slimmer because he couldn't be eating all that meat and stuff. So when he got older, his face went back because that's not his natural face. That's not his face. His face is much slimmer than that. You see what I'm saying? See the difference? And this was when he was working and his face was just starting to grow. But if you see him at pictures 5 years before this or pictures in the military, he don't look nothing like that. His face is slim. But that's the food. That's why I keep telling y'all the food. You got to watch the food. You got to watch the food. You know what I'm saying? Because look at my daddy up here in the top. See, he don't look like that. Look how he looked there. He's at the top in the middle. See his face is there? Now he's there. He is at the top in the middle, and there he's there. They don't look like the same person. You understand? See him at the top in the middle? His face was more chiseled. When he got older, his face went back to that because all that meat gonna come out you. You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be full of parasites. You're gonna lose weight. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna turn back to what you really supposed to look like. You ain't gonna be no meathead. You know what I'm saying? That's the meathead. You can see it. That's not natural. He was on high blood pressure medicine then. See what I'm saying? Why was he on high blood pressure medicine? You understand? So the judgment is on here on earth, not a different place. If I'm understanding, if there's a judgment. If there's a judgment, it's here on earth. There is no heaven. There is no heaven in the sky. It was never heaven, G-Ra. They was looking up in the heavens. It was heavens. The clouds in the sky is the heavens. When I look up into the heavens with an S, there is no heaven. When Moses went to meet God, he didn't go to heaven. God was on the mountain. God had came up through the mountain and met him on top of the mountain. And then Moses came down and God went back through the secret passage to the center of the earth. Moses did not go to heaven to talk to God. So what heaven? Moses got the Ten Commandments allegedly from God on Mount Sinai, not in heaven. Moses didn't go talk to God. And when Moses went up the mountain, what they was doing? They was praying up the mountain. So the people that do art and stuff took that prayer, praying up the mountain, because you got Mount Zion, right? You got Mount Sinai, right? Right? Hold on. Then you got Mount Kenya, right? Right? Those who do the studying, right? You got Mount Kenya, which is a holy mountain. Y'all need to go read, okay? You got Mount Kenya, okay? You got Mount Kenya. I would advise y'all to go read the stories about Mount Kenya. Is a holy mountain, okay? And all type of things happen on Mount Kenya. You understand? Go look it up. Go read the stories about Kenya and they gods up there and what went on with the gods up on their mountain. You got Mount Olympus, right? You got Mount Olympus that the Greeks talk about, which is in Africa. Okay. You got Rosh Hashanah, right? Then you got Odonyo, the holy mountain in Tanzania, right? Am I going too fast? You got this mountain right here, the holy mountain in Tanzania. And so if all these gods is on these mountains, right? What does that tell you? Why is all these gods on these mountains? Because these mountains have secret passageways into the center of the earth. So they are looking how to get to the center of the earth, but they thinking to get to the center of the earth, they looking for a hole. They looking for abyss. But the Most High is smart. No, you're going to be looking for a hole, a secret hole to go to the center of the earth. But no, to go to the center of the earth, you got to go all the way up first and find the passageway on the mountains and come back down sea level and then go to the center of the earth. Right? Remember now, the ancient Egyptians said heaven was where? It was under the ground. This is the underworld, this picture right here. That everything was inside of the earth. This is what the ancient Egyptians taught. Okay? If you watch the old movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth, how did he get to the center of the earth? Remember? Go back and watch the old movie. Journey to the center of the earth. He found the way to get to the center of the earth. And where was it? He had to go up a mountain. And he went up to a mountain and found the secret to go down to sea level and down to the center of the earth. Go look at the movie Journey to the Center of the Earth. The passageway to the center of the earth was up a mountain first. Look how many people die climbing them mountains, because the mountains are protective of those secret passageways. Okay? You understand? Now, somebody said, well, where's hell? Right? Is there a hell? Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a serious question. And I want you to think about this. People will say there ain't no hell, Pharaoh, right? Okay. You say it ain't no hell. All right. Well, I got one question. If it ain't no hell, I think this is a legitimate question. Where is all this hot stuff coming from? Somewhere in the earth is making a lot of hot stuff. Okay? Okay? Somewhere in the earth, there's something hot. There's something hot inside of the earth, because it's coming out these volcanoes. So my question is, where in the earth is all this hot stuff coming from? Because it seems like it's hellish wherever that's at. I don't know. But I know it's some heat in there somewhere. What y'all think? I know it's some heat in the earth somewhere. I can't say it's hell, but I know it's some heat in the earth somewhere. That's what it looked like. What y'all think? What y'all think? I can't say it's hell. All I can say is in the earth, it's a hot place somewhere. I can't say that's hell, but it's a hot place in the earth. I can't say it's hell. I can say it's hellish. Where is all this heat coming from? Because this looked like a furnace where some of the heat could get out. I don't know. But it looked like it's hot down in there somewhere. What y'all think? Don't it look like it's hot? It don't look like it's hot down there somewhere. There's some heat somewhere. I'm not saying it's hell. I can't say that's hell. You know what I'm saying? According to my philosophy, you ain't never left here. You've been here since forever. And you're going to be here until you make your decision if you're going to take the mark of the beast or not. Because the Bible did not never say you was going to go to heaven. The Bible said that the meek shall inherit the earth. So those of us that don't take the microchip, we'll be here and the rest will be eaten by the birds and destroyed, and the earth will be ours. It does not say the meek shall inherit heaven. How are the meek going to inherit the earth? What do inherit mean? Inherit mean that everybody going to die that's wicked and the righteous is going to be here and going to what? Inherit the earth. You're not going to take the earth. You're going to inherit. How do you inherit from your parents? They die, right? Your parents die, and then you get their inheritance. So the wicked going to die, and we going to what? Inherit what? The earth. Because when the Bible say heaven and earth, it's talking about the sky and the planet. It ain't talking about no place. Heaven ain't no place. That's a misinterpretation. So when they took the Bible and they translated it from this ancient Hebrew, they misinterpreted stuff. They misinterpreted stuff. The heavens is the sky and the clouds and them stars out there. That's the heavens. There is no heaven. It's the heavens, the sky. There is no heaven. It's the heavens. And of course, there would be a place to live in the earth, because when the gods wanted to get the earth ready, they got to live in the earth until the top of the earth become livable. That's why they believe it's things inside of Mars. They believe it's things live inside of the moon. They believe that there's civilization inside of all them planets. I didn't say that's what I believe. I said that's what some scientists are saying, that there's life inside of those planets. And until them planets become livable enough to live on the top, then they live inside. I know ants live inside the earth. A lot of animals live inside the ground. When they say heaven's gates, did it say that in the original language, or is that a mistranslation? Did they turn the heavens into heaven? Did they take the S off of it? And start making it up as they go? But common sense will tell you, where the hell would heaven be? There is no place to have no damn heaven in no sky. Where? We can see the sky. So what, is heaven hid somewhere? I just be on some real stuff. We looking up in the sky every day. What's heaven hid up there somewhere? Where's heaven at? Where would it be at? Where would heaven be at? I think that's a legitimate question. Where would heaven be? Where is it? Because if it's in the sky, we'll see it. And why would heaven be light years away? Why wouldn't it be right here where you could just get to it? It's all nonsense. The scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. Why would you have a beautiful earth and then people destroy the earth? Why wouldn't the Most High let us experience what the beautiful earth was like? Why would we skip that? Why wouldn't everything get destroyed and the earth be beautiful again and we experience the beautiful earth? Because we haven't, in this lifetime, we're not experiencing the earth the way it was. Why would we jump past that and go to heaven? Make some sense. And what does it mean by the meek shall inherit the earth? So when the meek inherit the earth, the meek must not be going to heaven. If the meek shall inherit the earth, then the meek ain't going to heaven, right? Because the scriptures say the meek shall inherit the earth. So that means the meek ain't going to heaven. That means the meek ain't going, because a lot of stuff G-Rod got lost in interpretation. Real scholars will tell you that. That when they be translating this stuff from one language to another, they put stuff wrong. And then it becomes a belief system, and then they just make up some silly stuff, and they pass it down from generations. Because a lot of this stuff was passed down from Europeans, but Europeans was the last one to find out anything. So why would you be listening to them? The oldest Bible was in Ethiopia. King James and them people up in Europe and all them people made all that stuff up. None of that stuff is legitimate. You got to understand that religions have dogma, and that's what you're following. You're following dogma. You're not following the Bible. Dogma is what's made up by the religion. Make up their own stuff. Religions make up their own stuff. Okay? You always got to remember that. Religions have nothing to do with the Bible. Religions are ideologies that people make up. Okay? Religions are ideologies. And so when you go to church, you're not learning about the Bible. You're learning about religions. Okay? You're not learning anything about the Bible. You're learning dogma. All of that stuff about the heaven, all that's dogma. That's not the Bible. That's dogma. And everybody's got a different dogma. Okay? This man made up Baptist. Okay? The Baptist was made by him. Okay? His name is John Smith. He created the Baptist Church. All right, I'm giving y'all 5 here. Support the channel. Okay? So when you go to the Baptist church, you ain't learning the Bible. You're learning what John Smith made up. If you go to the Lutheran church, you're learning what Martin Luther made up. You're not learning the Bible. You're learning dogma. The Mormons got a dogma. The Baptists got a dogma. The Catholics got a dogma. Everybody's got a different dogma. This is the Baptist dogma. This is the Lutheran dogma. This is the Catholic dogma from St. Thomas Aquinas. So when you go to the Catholic Church, you're not learning the Bible. You're learning what St. Thomas Aquinas made up. I went to a Lutheran school. They do not teach the Bible. They teach what Martin Luther said, not the Bible. You learn the dogma. See, I was going to school to be a minister, so I know all this stuff. They wanted me to go to Concordia Teachers College, and they was going to teach me his dogma. They wasn't going to teach me the Bible. They gonna teach me what Martin Luther say. And then the preacher get up there and preach according to the dogma. And you don't read the Bible. You sing hymns. You read the hymn book and sing hymns. You don't learn anything. He says, what's the right way? Ain't no right way. It's real simple. Everybody that is real simple. There is no right way. All that's nonsense, PJ. All you do is leave people alone, period. That's it. Leave people alone. They don't want to tell you that. That's it. Leave people alone. If you think I'm lying, what's the sin? All sins is messing with people. What's the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Don't sleep with your neighbor's wife. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. There is no go to heaven. There is no righteous. The wicked gonna die, and the righteous will be just left here. The righteous are not picked. The only thing picked is the wicked. Duh. And everybody left is the righteous. You don't do anything to go to heaven. You do something to be damned. You're gonna take the microchip and it's gonna rot under your skin and you're gonna die of disease, and that's it. You're gonna be gone. If you read the book of Revelation, it said they took the microchip and then they all got sick. They all got sores on them, and then the birds came and ate them. So it's like it's a bunch of righteous people, it's a bunch of wicked people. We get rid of all the wicked people, and then the righteous people is left. And the meek shall what? They'll inherit the earth, because the wicked will be gone. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything to go to heaven. All you got to do, you don't go to heaven. You just get destroyed if you bad. That's how this is going to go. Soon. Because I don't know if you know, but Trump is talking about getting rid of the dollar. He's going to get rid of money. They'll be making an announcement that you're going to have to turn in your money. If you don't turn in your money at a certain time, then your money won't be no good. I'm just saying. It's all right there. They're going to put you on universal income. You ain't going to have no job. How you going to have a job? Job doing what? What kind of job you going to have? Doing what? What kind of job you going to have? You ain't going to have no job. You're going to be on universal basic income. You're not going to have no job. Job doing what? What you going to have a job doing? Somebody tell me something. What you gonna have a job doing? You ain't gonna be driving. So you tell me. That was Jermaine Dupri in a Waymo. When I was out in Arizona, I seen the Waymo out there. I videoed it. Check it out. Real tough. You right there. It's finna pop up. We right there. And I've been watching it for 50 years. So we are right there. I've been watching this for 55 years. I never said we was right there until now. Even last year I was talking about, I said it's close. But like, we right there now. We right there. Any day, they're going to tell you, you got to turn your money in. Yeah, they can disable your bank account. Yeah, report for your chip implant. Yeah, and digital account. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we right there. But they ain't gonna do it like that. They're gonna allow you to turn it in first. They're not gonna shut you down. They're gonna be like this. Turn your money in by a certain date, or your money will be no good. That's it. They gotta do nothing. We're not accepting cash after January 1st, 2026. All money that's not turned in by that time will be just paper. They ain't gotta do nothing. They ain't gotta do nothing to you. Like I said, I went to the 50 cent store, I couldn't buy nothing. You either got your debit card or your credit card, or you can't buy nothing. They don't care. They ain't gotta do nothing. They ain't gotta do nothing. They're gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be simple. You either gonna have money, you don't. Everybody gonna go get it. So if you don't go get it, they don't care. A lot of people gonna go get it, and if you don't get it, well, They're not going to make you get the real ID. Don't get it. You just can't get on no plane. You just can't come in no building. That's on you. When I was at the 50 Cent show, they didn't care if I didn't have cashless. I just can't buy nothing. Hey, everybody else is going to be doing it. You think they're going to concentrate on ones that's not? They're going to be concentrating on the ones that are. The ones that not, they don't know what you're going to do. They don't care. What they going to care for? You get hungry enough, you go get it. They ain't going to make you go get it. Get it or starve. Your light bill will come up. They say, okay, rub your card. I ain't got no card. Well, sir, rub your card. You ain't going to be talking to nobody. I call right now, Bank of America. Welcome to Bank of America. So-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. For something, press 1. For 2, press this. How can I help you? How can I help you? And they're not switching you over nowhere till they get ready to switch you over. And you got to answer all these questions to this thing. Push 1 if you want this, push 2 with that. It take a long time. Then you'd be like, customer service. And finally they give you customer service. And customer service is going to be like, okay, well, scan your card. You're like, well, I don't got no card. They say, you want us to help you get a card? No, I don't want a card. They say, oh, well, sir, I don't know how to help you with that because the people you're talking to, they don't run the place. They just at work. I don't know how I work, but I don't want to get no card. Oh, well, sir, let me send you to somebody. They're going to send you to somebody else. And they're going to be like, well, I don't know. I can't help you, sir. You have to have a card. You're like, but I don't want a card. Yeah, but sir, you have to have a card. So I don't want no card. Oh, sir, you have to have a card. Yeah. Yes, sir. So it is what it is. They ain't got to make nobody do nothing. Eat, do it or starve. Because if you don't rake your hand, the store door ain't going to even open. The store door not going to even open. And if you rake your hand and your debits is low, and it say, you don't got enough money to buy nothing here, sir. Go put money on your debits and come back. Will this be something I advise my family gets? I ain't telling nobody nothing. They on their own. Advise you for what? I can't tell my family to starve. I can't tell nobody. That's what people don't understand, G-Rod. It's going to be eat or don't eat. You cannot advise your family to don't eat like you and go live in the streets homeless. You don't get that, you homeless. You homeless, period. When I lived in Prairie Shores, you had to pay your rent for your apartment with a debit card or credit card. And you either pay it, they didn't take cash. So you either have a debit card or credit card and pay, or you get evicted. It's not no whole bunch of It's none of that. They're not gonna be like, oh, you didn't take the microchip. They're gonna be like, you didn't pay your bill. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, you didn't pay your bill. Like, for example, I got the Comcast bill. There's no way to pay them cash. They don't have an office to go pay them cash. So you either gonna pay it digital or they're gonna turn it off. There's nobody to argue with. It's all cut and dry. It's already like that. It's all cut and it's dry. It's cut and dry. A lot of people don't understand that. It's already cut and dry. Also, when I lived over there, when you go to the laundry room, you had to put your debit or credit card in the machine and then take so much money off your debit and credit card and then add that money to your laundry card. The machine didn't take no cash. So you either going to use a debit or credit card and get that card, or you ain't going to wash. There's nobody there to argue with. It's just a room with machines in it. The office might be closed already. So what are you going to do? There's nobody. People don't understand, G-Rock. There will be nobody to talk to. There will be no one to talk to. You will either do it or your stuff will go off. There will be no one to talk to. No one. You will get down or lay down. You will pay it or your stuff will go off. And then when you call, it's going to say, well, sir, you didn't pay your bill. And what you going to say? I didn't want to get that. Well, you ain't going to say that because they already got you on card. All my transactions are cashless already. They already got us. All of my transactions are already cashless. I pay my car insurance cashless. I pay my rent cashless. I pay my phone bill cashless. I pay my internet bill cashless. I pay my credit cards cashless. You don't pay your credit cards with cash. You pay your credit cards with a card. Think about that. You pay your credit card with a card. Unless I'm tripping. Don't y'all pay y'all credit card with a card? Use another card to pay that card? Or is it just me? Don't you use your bank card to pay your credit card? You take the money out your bank to pay your credit card? When I go to Whole Foods, I'm the only person paying cash. Nobody's pulling out no cash. Everybody's sticking their card in there. If I go to Target, if I go to Walmart, I'm the only one paying cash. One time I went to Jewel's food store and I bought my stuff and I put out my cash and the white girl behind me said, wow, you still pay cash? I haven't used cash in 2 years, she said. I'm one of the last people still pay cash. If you, some of these people that's on food stamp, what they call Link, if you're on Link is cashless. They put cash on your link and food on your link. Social Security is cashless. They give you a Social Security card. Your Social Security come to your bank account, cashless. Everything is you're already there. They did it nice and slick. You're already there. You're already there. They pulled it off. You're already in a cashless society. Already. There's nothing to change you over to. The only last step is to take away the money now, which they said Trump is planning to do. He's planning to get rid of the currency, dollars. He's planning to get rid of dollars. Ain't going to be no pennies, quarters, dimes, nickels. Ain't going to be none of that. It's going to be all cards. Then it's going to go from cards to microchip scan. That's it. It's a wrap. You're there. You're in the book of Revelation. You're going to either sell your soul or you're not. Mind you, you're not in trouble just because you go cashless. So you haven't sold your soul because you got debit and credit cards. You only sell your soul when you sell your body and let them put something in your body that they did not make. The banks, the stores did not make your body. Your body comes from a higher power. And when you put something inside your sacred body in order to buy stuff from people that stole the stuff, to buy stuff that they don't own, and let them own your body, that's when you're done. You're done. You're done. Once you let them put that in your skin, you're done. You've officially sold your whole body, mind, and soul. You're bought and paid for. You let them people put that stuff in your body to buy some stuff. You're done.